Hey everybody, it's me, Matt from AI DIY, the AI music guy. I want to get you as much attention as you want to get or as you need to get, constantly exploring new ideas. I spoke to someone recently that uses playlists and has a bit of success with them. If you'd like to know what they are and how to get on them, how they feel about AI, this show is for you. Cool. So, what are playlists? Playlists can be anything. Like you could make a playlist in Spotify. It's your own list of music that you want to have, and by default, it's out there listed as private. So, if you want to play it on parties and you want to have 100 songs, it's kind of like a mixtape, except you don't have to have the tape. You can put a whole bunch of songs for a playlist, play it at your party, and that's done. You can also set it as discoverable. Say, I'm going to use Spotify for this example mostly because that's the example I'm going to walk through later, but you can set it for public so it's discoverable. So if you want a whole bunch of people to hear the songs that you put on a playlist and you want it to be discoverable, you can. What we're talking about here is curated playlists. So in this example, I spoke to SHS Slayer. Scott, who is our ex-Universal Industry Insider, has spoken about playlists. It's a way to get your songs on playlists that have regular subscribers to those playlists because they're heavily curated, and the people that curate those playlists take their job very seriously because they want their playlists to be listened to. It's not a free thing to do. You have to pay a bit of money to get on these people's radar to listen to your song, to then to either put it on their playlist or not, and they don't guarantee that if you pay it will be on. But what we're going to do is talk about specifically SubmitHub, which SHS Slayer, who I interviewed previously, has had a bit of success with. Cool. And if you like this content, please subscribe below, leave a comment if you have anything to say on this subject. The more subscribers I get, the better it is for you. This is a community channel. I'm finding this content specifically for the AI music community, people that make AI music in that space. This also is helpful for people that aren't in AI music. So if you're seeing me for the first time and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Please take note of the charity I support, which is the John Fawcett Foundation. I'm trying to organize a trip at some point for people to go to Indonesia and see the life-changing work that they do. So if you like that, please make a donation to John Fawcett, either on my website or to the John Fawcett Foundation directly. If you'd like to support my channel, there's a PayPal link below, but you can also support directly on this video and it'll show up as you make a donation. Thank you for listening to this little plug of my channel. I just have to do that every time. Please enjoy the rest of the video. Cool. So what I want to do is mention SHS Slayer, who, like I mentioned, has had a bit of success with this. So this is a little bit of what he had to say.
So I use SubmitHub a lot. That's actually, like I said, a lot of the income that I've made through distribution is from Spotify, and that's because so far I've got about 3 songs that have done pretty well as far as like getting playlisted. That would be my song 2000 Sound, Up in Ashes from the EP, and then my second newest song, Crown of Thorns. Yeah, there's one playlist that I got onto. I got a crazy amount of plays from it. And they had me on there, I think, 2 weeks, and it's like 500 or 600 plays. It was really good. And the great thing is with like SubmitHub is they guarantee that none of the curators there are doing artificial streams. It's all organic. But submission does cost. Typically, per curator that you submit to is anywhere, well, it can be $1 up to $4. Most of them are $3 or $4. And they're not guaranteed to approve you. Well, and it's per curator too. But absolutely, anybody that thinks about like, submitting for playlists, one, quality. Curators, they've got traditional artists they're going to listen to all day long. Not every one of them accepts AI music, and there's a lot to do, surprisingly, which is really good. I mean, it shows that AI is becoming a legitimate thing, even in, the music industry. But quality, if it doesn't sound good, they're probably not going to approve it. The biggest, most important thing when you submit, make sure that you're genre matching. Don't pitch a rock song to a jazz playlist. Don't pitch a jazz song to an EDM playlist. They're not going to approve it. And they don't have to. I mean, that's part of how they manage to do that and be within Spotify's rules, because you are not allowed to do guaranteed placement and pay for it.
Great. So with that being said, and with my ex industry insider who was pushing on playlists, I thought I'd go down the rabbit hole of specifically SubmitHub. Although there are other playlists that you can go through, this is the one that SHS Slayer was mentioning and he said he had a bit of success with. This is specifically to get on Spotify. Although there are other playlists you can get on: Apple Music, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, Deezer. There are other platforms you can get on, but this is specifically for Spotify. I like Spotify because I can listen to my own songs and your songs out there when I'm in my car, so I thought I'd do that. So here's a bit of a walkthrough that I did for getting this song submitted. So firstly, you want to get an account on SubmitHub. You go in there and you say submit a song. In this case, I started with song info, and you have to put a link to your Spotify if you have it published on Spotify, which I do. And then you want to attach an MP3 version of that song as you go on. And then you go on and look, this song in particular doesn't have lyrics, and it's an instrumental song. It's like in the 70s, a live version. I mentioned specifically that it's AI. I want to be transparent about it. So anybody that's worried about that, the curator can just either say, yeah, I want to have AI music, I'm fine with that, or I don't. I'm being transparent about it. I know that's a very controversial question right now. But here I put a little bit of description on the song. The song was made to sound like something you would hear in the 1970s at a live show. This and that. So obviously it's AI. I mentioned that it's AI later on when I go through there. Did you rely heavily on AI for this song? Yes, this song relies on AI. Cool. And now then you hit next. Now the next step, I'm going to then submit to curators. And the cool part about this is it'll show you the genre and whether they approve a lot. My thought process is if they knock a lot back, they're really selective. In which case, you'll get more plays because people will be more drawn to more selective curator playlists. But then again, if they're more selective, you might want to worry that you're not going to make the cut and your money's going to go to these curators, but you're not going to get it played. So these are the things that you have to balance up yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the premium thing. I want to pay, I paid $10 US at the end to have a certain amount of credits, but we're just going to go through this process. So here I'm selecting some similar artists that I wanted to sort of be like Eric Clapton and Stevie Ray Vaughan, Derek and the Dominoes, who, obviously Eric Clapton falls in that space. There's other artists that I was sort of thinking of, but I thought I'd drop it in there because it's going to find the genre match based on those anyway. The moods I chose here goes with the mood of it. You want to hear the song itself, go to Spotify. I'll put the link down below. But blues, southern rock, there's no sort of jazz fusion there, so I didn't select that. The moods, I'm going to go ahead and put chill and moody, and that's going to either add you on as a suggested curators, or it's going to remove you some. You don't want to put all of them because you want to be as specific as you possibly can to get onto the right curators. If you go for the wrong ones, as mentioned with SHS Slayer, it could be a disaster for you. All right, hit next. And what kind of feedback would you like if they knock it back? And, I suggest have them be as blunt as possible. I know that's hard, but these guys are absolutely the best to get feedback from, obviously, because they deal with this stuff every single day. It could be something like, I don't like AI, but it could be like there's a little bit too much grainy. It could be whatever it is. This is where you want it because it's basically private to you. It's not in the open sort of space like the Discords and the Facebook has or on YouTube comments. So you want to get feedback from them so you know what to avoid next time. Communication preferences. My little worry about this was that they could get your email out like this guy. My worry there was that they might, send out to other curators. This guy does AI music, block him. But I wouldn't think that too much because I was very honest about my use of AI. And no, I don't want them to upload the MP3 to their own channel. I don't want them to monetize it. They can go to the Spotify link if they want to market it. I don't know if that's either going to get me on or get me off. I don't know. They have my email, so they can contact me if they want to make a deal. You guys can make the decision on your own about that one. There, hit next. And here you have the list of curators that you want to go through. I end up just choosing Don's Tunes. It seemed to fit in the most. As you go further down the line, you're looking at hip hop and things. That's not really what this is. You know, if I submit it to a completely wrong curator for the wrong sort of playlist, obviously it's not going to get approved, and it's going to be a waste of credits. Cool. So as I did the premium, I'm going to pay $10 to get 10 credits in this. I think it costs 3 credits to submit to the playlist. So I'll be able to do a few if I want to do it. So I paid to get some credits on my account. You might want to do more. Play around with it a little bit. Then I submit. And then I just put a bit of wording in there for the person to read. Sorry. Let them know a little bit why I'm putting the song through. I'm not sure if that's important. We'll maybe get that feedback. He might say, if you only didn't put that comment in, but I'll have a follow-up in some way to let you know how this went. Cool. Now, the next thing I wanted to do, I was just curious. So I'm going to view my submission because I want to see who this curator is, right? So there's my submission, blah, 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 song. Now, I want to check out Don's Tunes, playlists. Okay, The Sky is Crying, playlists, genres, history. Cool, let's see. So he's got all these playlists. Let's check out this one for The Sky is Crying, preview. Cool. All right. Yep, that falls in my genre. What if we can get it on? No, so I can't see any Spotify links. Oh, well, that's just a preview. Oh, let's see, Spotify. Yep, Deezer. So he's on Deezer. He's on YouTube, SoundCloud. So these are all the things. So he's falling in the space that I want to be on. All right, cool. So now you see how to get on a playlist, or to at least to attempt to get on a playlist. There are plenty of other playlists out there. Play around with it. Let me know in the comments if you've been on playlists before, if you've had any luck getting on playlists, what ones you sort of use. This is community. We're all trying to help each other. I'm trying to help you very much. If I get a response to this request prior to this having to go out, I will let you know how it go. Either way, in the community somewhere, I'll let you know how this is sort of played out. Probably on the AI Music Society and my Discord as well. I'll let you know how it plays out. We can get that conversation going. What I'll do is I will lead you out with Nothing's Been the Same, the song that was submitted, and I'll leave you a link to that in Spotify. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you tuning in. Like I said, subscribe down below, and I will catch you in the next video. So I promised I get you the response. So here it is. I'll bring it up on screen here. All right, as I promised, here it is, the response. I did not get approved to be on this playlist, but Don's Tunes of Don's Tunes wrote, and he was very good about it. Hi, I really dig the tone and feel of the track, but for my playlists, I usually focus on tracks with vocals, and I prefer organic tunes, not AI. Keep it up. So very encouraging. What I'm thinking about doing is keeping a database on the website. More to come if that's going to happen, and we can keep track of who basically knocks back for AI to try to hopefully save a bit of money for people submitting to people that aren't going to approve it anyway. So there's that, and then back to the video.